where do you go to find out where the mistake started then? I think for me it started right at the beginning when I was plotting the routes, because I was using a program and I couldn't get some of the waypoints to delete. So I left them thinking that later I'll tend to it, and to be honest, those waypoints that I didn't delete were the ones that came back and bit me. I was using a program called plotterroute.com, which is really good, but like I say, I couldn't get the erroneous waypoints to delete, and I didn't really think much about it because they weren't connected to a route. So in order to get the whole 800 kilometers onto my GPS as a kind of a single route, I moved them over into the Garmin app, which is also less than good. And then from the Garmin app, I moved them over to the GPS, which I was using to navigate. So I bought a ticket for Interail. It's really complicated as well, and I can hear the people already saying, what's complicated about that then? Well, I was taking my dog with me, and that meant that I had to in France buy a ticket for the dog, which I couldn't buy in Germany. So I had to break the journey in Karlsruhe. And then I had to go into the travel agency, the Deutsche Bahn travel agency in Karlsruhe. There I was told I couldn't get a second class ticket for myself. I couldn't, because I had to make a reservation, and I'd have to buy a first class ticket. Well, yeah, again, I was thinking, well, I just want to get away from here. I just want to move along. So I bought the first class ticket, and taxi also got a first class ticket. So that jumped me up another €300 on the cost of getting down there, which I wasn't very pleased about, but I was going to take it as a hit. So we set off, and I was using the Interail app, and straight away the first train was late. I didn't get the connection for the next one, so I had to try and find another way of getting down to I was going to Cebère in France, which is just on the border of France and Spain, and it took ages because I don't find the app itself is very logical. But so I found another route to get down, and of course what you're doing is, when you're using the app, you're going theoretically from A to B. In my case here, it was Lyon to Cebère, and it picks out the fastest routes. Well, theoretically the fastest routes. But I needed a reservation again, and I couldn't get a reservation, and the train was late. But the SNCF laid on another train, which I thought was pretty good of them. So I could continue then. I think it was so I got out of the train. They locked the stations up at night, which you have to admit is quite normal, I think. I mean, you can't leave the stations open unattended all night, which meant then, because the train wasn't the regular train, it meant that I had to walk from one station to the other station, and they were 5 kilometers apart. But of course I was getting to the next station at like about midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning or something. I can't remember exactly that either. So I set off. I could have taken a bus, I could have taken a tram, but had to wait till something like 6 o'clock in the morning or something. So it just wasn't any point in getting there quicker. I decided to take the walk, and it was planned that I'd be walking anyway, so it wouldn't really make any difference. So I walked through the town to get to the next station, and then I bunked down in a doorway. I mean, I slept quite well actually, so I was pleased about that.